Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, where we're here in Shulva the Sanctum City and we're trying to dive into this tunnel and defeat the boss that waits at the end. Didn't go so hot last time, probably not going to go so hot this time, but we can keep on trying until it does go so hot. And that's precisely what we're going to do. Because, dang it, I want to actually defeat the boss. Because it's here, you know? It may be optional, but just being optional doesn't mean I have no reason to do it. Just means that I have no requirement to do it. And wow, we almost got petrified. Let's go ahead and let that wear off a bit. I'm lucky this statue doesn't spit, because it probably would have gotten me. Oh, that's right, I unequipped my bow so that I would be under the weight threshold, but it didn't actually work, so I should probably re-equip that thing. And that's the one, right? Yeah. We are getting close to the point where this one would be better, but we're not quite there. Like, we're just barely not quite there. Oh, poor guy tripped. And there he goes. Okay, no more risk of poisoning, which is nice. Just trying to be careful and not get too close so that we don't get poked from the other side of the thing. Okay. And thus dies everything that needs to die. And to the boss we go. So hopefully this time we won't get ourselves completely flattened. That was unpleasant at best. Not sure what knocked me over there. Oh, it was a great bow. Dear. Okay, you know what? Let's leave these guys with those fellas. Because as long as we can take on this guy by ourselves, we won't have too many problems. Where did you get Lucatiel's hat, huh? That's twice we have failed to backstab. Okay, so it seems our allies are not doing as well as our enemies, but on the plus side, they now only have one person to deal with. Oh, I am so glad he didn't decide to critical hit just there. Yeah, you stabbed me, but... Ow, ow. Well then. That guy with the two swords, he causes problems for me. I don't like when people cause problems for me. Well, let's get back to it. Nothing to it but to do it. And we'll effigy again. Though I'm getting concerned about how many I'm using, because every one I use reduces the number of chances I have to face down against the Dark Lurker in the last Chasm of the Abyss. But we'll see how much that ends up mattering. Probably would have been somewhat smart to sit at the bonfire after effigying. You know, use the effigy at the bonfire. Because that way I could have at least come in with full health. Okay, thanks for the hit to the back. I totally needed it. Now let's let this poison wear off. Get rid of him so that it can't actually worsen. Fight this thing. Okay, and now we've just got these lovely fellows. No Estus for you, sir. Alright, let's go ahead and just use a regular life gem. That ought to be enough. Is there anything else we can use to make life easier here? What was the light bug? Aren't those? Yeah. Bright bugs are pretty nice. And what are these things? Ah. Yes, the balms can also be handy. And if we apply bleed to our weapon, then... Well, I don't think we can because... Yeah, we've got our weapon imbued already. But... let's go ahead and try using a bright bug. That might make life a little easier. You can only use them when fighting against bosses, which is why it's grayed out right now. Or maybe it's grayed out for some other reason. Excuse me, fellows. Whoa there. Okay, we have all three of them on us. That is bad. And I got dead because I was not paying attention to the guy coming right for me as I was using my flask. Well, that went quickly. What was it that was preventing me from using the bright bug? I'm gonna have to look at its description once I find it. Ah, there it is. Oh. Oh, just before death. So, what, you have to have low health? Because that's unpleasant. Of course, this whole thing is unpleasant. I wonder if we could just run past all the enemies, including the ones at the very end. I mean, I know it's probably not a good idea because we've seen what happens when you try and go through fog walls when enemies are trying to kill you. But, I mean, it might work. Come on, fellows. Part of me wants to not summon these guys, because then the bosses will have less health. But I know that's folly, because... there it is. I know it's folly, because then all three of them will be on me, and basically it'll be a kiting match. Which, kiting is not the most fun way to play the game. Okay, we can't get spat on anymore. Alright. So, we are not currently petrified. And as long as we're here, that should remain the case. And there goes that guy. Ended up not trying to run past the things at all, other than the statue turtle. But whatever. Let's go, fellows. To victory. Or more likely, defeat. But a man can dream. I like how the Havel guy is the one who is most eager to run out here and fight us. You are not breaking my guard, sir. Though, between you and your greatbow friend, you are getting me very nearly dead. So, let's have a little run over here. And then... Okay, survived that hit. You know what? If we're alone with this guy down here, that's not so bad. Not a fan of the bleed. Alright, let's get away. Let's use our man-eater. Oh. Oh. Yeah, the fact that he can inflict bleeding is very unpleasant. Also, the fact that he exists is unpleasant. I can't lie, I am bad at fighting things that are based on players. If it's meant to emulate an encounter against a player, chances are I won't do well in it. And I feel like I might be better served with this Bloodbite ring. Yeah, having more than double the bleed res will probably end up helping me in the long run. Let's go ahead and effigy here and then sit back down. I swear, I'll beat this eventually. It might take like 15 episodes, but I'll do it. And I am not one to cut content. Not as long as there's actually stuff going on other than looking for a thing. Because my failures are just as much a part of the game as my successes. So, let's get back in there. We turn kind of around, and then, yeah, here we are. Okay. Made it through the first set of enemies. Let's get rid of this thing. Just to make it even less likely that we'll get petrified. Getting poisoned doesn't particularly help, but we can cure that easily enough. So I think the winning strategy may well be to just try and stick next to my buddies. And also to not get killed by the enemies leading up to the bosses, because that would be embarrassing. I mean, sure, it happens when you get cocky, but I'd rather it just not happen. Leastwise, not to me. Alright. And there we go. May as well use another flask. I don't think I'll get an opportunity to use all 11 that I had at the time while fighting the bosses anyway. Okay, here we are. Gonna stick with my buddies this time around. Safety in numbers and all that. Plus, when this jerk's going for my friends, I can go for him. And when he's going for me, my friends can go for him. And I'm using my manslayer just in ow. Taking a great arrow to the shoulder does not help. Okay, let's get some stamina back. I dislike that he can still inflict bleed through the shield. But then again, the shield does not have perfect bleed blocking. Ow. If I hadn't taken that great arrow to the face just there, why, I would have been able to sneak in some more damage. And he just rolled through my attempted backstab. Which, were this Dark Souls 3, would at least have been less likely. Well, at least Andre's doing pretty alright. Can you leave me alone for a moment, please? Thank you. Moving towards my friends distracted him. So if we can get the Grave Robber and Varg down, then we'll pretty much have this won. Problem is actually inflicting a status on NPCs can be quite tough. So I probably shouldn't be using my Man-Eater, but I am anyway. Okay, Grave Robber's almost down. Afflis isn't doing so hot, but Andre is fine. Okay, no more Grave Robber. Afflis is going to die soon. Afflis is dead. But we've got Varg by himself in this corner. And as long as we don't let him get a critical hit on us, we actually don't have much to worry about. Yeah, deal with Andre for a while. I'm gonna swap over to this weapon again. Helping out Andre. Oh, I was behind him and that club swing still hit me. I do like how Sarah the Old Explorer can't actually get us while we're in this corner. Or maybe he can. I was just proven instantly wrong, thankfully using my friend's body and not my own. Sure, you just keep looking that way, that's fine. Kind of curious what these messages say, but I'm not about to be the one to find out. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, thank you, buddy. Andre saved our lives there. If we can get one more good hit on Varg, he's gone. Thus, this fight has become strictly 2-on-1. Did Sarah drop down? Sarah dropped down. Well then, let's drop down on the other side, shall we? Ooh, Sarah is squishy. So, unless I do something incredibly stupid, we actually have this one. One potential incredibly stupid thing would be getting myself petrified, but with it just being the statue turtle, it alone shouldn't be enough to actually do the deed. Oh man, this is so much more simple. Hey, Andre, you want to actually swing your weapon? Yeah. Hooray! Thanks, buddy. Feels good. Feels good. So, let's ignore this statue turtle. It doesn't need to die. I don't know that there are any items to be found, but even if there are, I don't... Up indeed. Wonder what's up there. If anything. Yeah, I don't imagine there would be any items of terrible value hidden around here. Try victory? I did try victory. Well, here's an item. Yeah, there is death if you try jumping. And this chest is just a chest, which is fine by me. Oh. And that drops us here. Where is... Oh, here is here. Yeah. Yeah, I know here. Alright, well, let's go ahead and feather back. And then we can start making progress into the sanctum proper. But you know what? I think I will probably do that in the next episode rather than this one. Well, sure, I'll go to Majula. I've got a bunch of souls to spend. Mainly because, you know, feels good having killed those guys, and I'd like to end the episode feeling good. So let's go ahead and spend our souls. How much does it take to level right now? 32k. And we don't have many soul items, do we? Well, actually we do. But with this, we can actually level twice. So that is enough for now. So, do I keep doing this? Because that'd take 6 more levels to get the poise up to 10. Whereas I could start increasing my damage output right away. Though apparently that actually doesn't really increase my lightning damage just yet. So it might not be worth it. Maybe I'd have to get pretty far in order to actually have it be worth it. So I guess for now I do just keep dropping stats into these. Just for that smidgen of poise. Because after all, a smidgen of poise is better than no poise. So now, we go to the Sanctum Walk. And from here, we shall end the episode. So join us next time when we go once more into the Sanctum. See you then, friends.